Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most compelling characters we've seen on screen in a long, long time, Wu Feifei. I mean, this isn't just about an anti-hero who escaped her gilded cage. No, she completely dismantled an empire from the inside out.
And this line, wow, the candy of the rich is all wrapped in poison. This single sentence just perfectly captures the dark, twisted reality hidden beneath all that glamour in Wu Feifei's world. It's this idea that everything that looks sweet on the outside is actually hiding something rotten, something deadly. Okay, so how exactly does someone go from a pampered princess to, well, a predator? Let's break down her whole journey. First, we'll look at her life inside that gilded cage. Then we'll get into her incredible awakening and, of course, her revenge. And finally, we'll dig into why we, the audience, absolutely love her for it. All right, first up, the gilded cage. You know, on the surface, Wu Feifei's life looked like a total fairy tale. But, as we're about to see, that kind of perfection, it's almost always hiding some really ugly secrets. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? What the world saw was a princess with a golden key, living this life of just insane luxury. But the reality? She was an exquisite prisoner. That palace wasn't a home, it was just a really, really well-decorated cell. And then, everything starts to fall apart. It all kicks off with this horrific car crash. Then, a giant golden lion statue, this huge symbol of her family's power and wealth. It literally topples over. And what do they find underneath? You can't make this up. Actual human bones. Skeletons buried right under the symbol of their family's prestige. Just wild. But if you think that's bad, this is the moment that just shatters everything. After she goes through the trauma of a miscarriage, her own father drugs her, and not because he's trying to help her, no. He does it to force another pregnancy, all to lock down a business deal. It's the ultimate betrayal, the final proof that in his eyes, she wasn't his daughter, she was just an asset. And this quote just hits so hard. That's not obedience, it's fear. It completely reframes everything we thought we knew about her. You know that quiet, demure girl who always clutched her hands when she talked to her father? Yeah, that wasn't politeness. It wasn't respect. It was pure, absolute terror. So let's move on. Because it's that terror, that constant fear, that ends up fueling her incredible transformation. See, when you push someone that far, they don't always break. Sometimes they get forged into a weapon. And her revenge, it's not just one single act. It's this brilliant, calculated trilogy. She systematically takes apart her old, fearful self in 3 absolutely iconic moments. Each one is a step in her rebirth as this total force to be reckoned with. Okay, so the first part is what I call the watch breakup. It's so symbolic. She takes this old kid's watch, right, this last little piece of her innocence, and she literally says, let's break up. She's not talking to a person. She's breaking up with her own weakness, with that naive girl she was forced to be for so long. Next up, the smiling counterattack. This scene is just legendary. She's in the boardroom, facing down all these powerful old guys, and she starts with this sweet, polite little smile, but then, as she calmly starts presenting the evidence that's going to destroy them all, that smile just turns to absolute ice. The source material said it was so cool it made my hair stand on end, and honestly, same. And then, the final piece of the trilogy, the rainy night confrontation. This is the climax. It's this raw, explosive showdown with her father in the middle of a storm. The line says it all. Rain, tears, and 20 years of grievances all came crashing down. I mean, this isn't just an argument, it's a dam bursting. It's 20 years of pain and betrayal just pouring out of her in one absolutely shattering moment. So this brings us to the big question, right? Why do we love her so much? What is it about this character that made her an absolute internet phenomenon? The source material actually asks this exact question. And the answer isn't just, 'cause it's good drama. It's something much deeper. It actually reveals a lot about our own lives and the quiet battles that so many of us are fighting every day. It's because we see ourselves in her, right? She embodies that courage to finally say no. She fights back against being controlled, especially when people say it's for your own good. Her struggle is so relatable. that constant pull between being loyal to your family and being true to yourself. She represents that strength we all hope we have, to find our power even after we've been broken.
And look, this isn't just a feeling. The numbers back it up. That incredible shouting scene in the rain, that clip got over 100 million views on Douyin. 100 million. Clearly, her pain, her anger, and that final powerful release, it really struck a chord with a lot of people. And then there's this incredible little detail, the red sequins. As she has this big dramatic walkaway moment, the sequins on her dress fly into the air. But they don't just scatter randomly, they form the shape of a heart. It's such a perfect, beautiful symbol for her whole journey, this stunning flower blooming from a completely broken place. So in the end, Wu Feifei's story isn't really just about some rich family drama, is it? It's more like a mirror. It holds up our own internal battles, that constant choice we all face between compromising and resisting. And so it leaves us with one final, very powerful question to think about. In your own life, which is it? Compromise or resist? What is your war?